I'm sorry, Dave. I cannot do that because you're dumb. Hello and welcome. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's the 21st day of February 2022. It's your boy, the OGGM, coming to you live from Site B on a lovely spring morning. And I have decided to take the challenge that a few other members of our lovely conglomerate of gamers have tried. I finally was able to get on to ChatGPT, which is the new AI thingamajig that's got everybody a buzz, and see if they can use it to design adventures for our hobby, and if this is going to be the Skynet that plunges us into the world of post-apocalyptic robot overlord darkness. Now, considering my unique ability to make machines do things that even the designer didn't know it could do, plus my bad spelling and grammar, can I get ChatGPT to go along with me, or will I be the one who destroys it? Because basically, if you want somebody to go up against Skynet, you probably want somebody who's just going to drive it insane. That is not how you spell that word, OGGM. I do not understand what you mean by this sentence. So here it is. First question I asked is, hey, how are you today? And it answered, I don't have feelings, but I am functioning well. Okay, help me build a Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Sure. I'd be happy to help you build a Dungeons & Dragons. Here are some steps you can follow. Determine setting, create plot, develop the NPCs, design the dungeon, create the monsters, plan the encounter, and the finishing touches. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun and be creative. So there, the AI agrees with me. The most important thing about D&D is to have fun. Help me choose a setting for our Dungeons and Dragons adventure. I am not going to check any of my spelling. Medieval fantasy. Steampunk. I hate steampunk. Horror. You can't do horror in D&D. D&D, gonzo sci-fi, post-apocalyptic D&D. Okay, so I don't have any players right now, but I knew my players that I did have were pretty much straightforward medieval fantasy. So let's create a medieval fantasy setting for D&D. Kingdoms and fiefdoms, magic is often races. So it's just giving you, it's just giving me lists. So where do we go from here? Monsters. Yeah, okay. So you're just saying, here are some ideas. Here are some ideas. Here are some ideas. Okay. So we know that we want a medieval fantasy setting because that's what most people want from D&D. What should our adventure be about? What should our D&D adventure be about? Rescue mission. Treasure hunt, political intrigue, monster hunt, curse or plague, dungeon delve. So choose one of these 6. Choose one of the above for me. Sure, based on your previous interest in medieval fantasy, rescue mission, plot for your Dungeons & Dragons. Here's a possible setup for your adventure. The players are hired. Wow, okay. We're going to cut and paste this. The players are hired by the ruler of a kingdom to rescue the ruler's daughter who has been kidnapped by a rival kingdom. The daughter was taken in the middle of the night from her bedchamber in the castle, and her whereabouts are unknown. The players are given a map of the region and some leads as where to start their search, but they will need to gather more information as impossible allies along the way. As the players investigate, they discover that the rival kingdom is allied with a powerful sorcerer who has been using dark magic to gain advantage in the ongoing conflict between the two kingdoms. The sorcerer has hidden the princess in a secret location that is protected by powerful wizards, wards, and magical traps. So basically, Bowser. To rescue the princess, the players will need to find ways to overcome the sorcerer's magic and outsmart his minions. As the players delve deeper into the mission, they discover that there is more at stake than just the life of the princess. The sorcerer's dark magic is threatening to spread and engulf an entire region in darkness and chaos. The players will need to decide whether to focus solely on rescuing Princess Peach or try and put an end to the sorcerer Bowser's nefarious plans. So is this basically the plot for Mario? Okay. So we're going to copy this and paste it so you guys can all get a copy of this. So this is our plot. Okay. Name our bad guy. Malark. Malakar. I don't dislike that one. The evil sorcerer. Malark. Name our two kingdoms. Notice I'm not checking any of my spelling. Hi, Catmaro, superhero. I'm trying to break it. So our two kingdoms are Ardinia, a lush and prosperous kingdom known for its bountiful farms, skilled craftsmen, and bustling markets, and Draconia, a harsh and rugged kingdom located in the mountains, known for its fierce warriors and skilled miners who extract precious ores and gems from the rocky horrors. They could be rivals due to different lifestyles and cultures. Ardinia sees Draconia as uncivilized and barbaric, while Draconia sees Ardinia as soft and weak. All right. So we're going to copy that. Our setting. Now what do we need? Rumors? And generate 10 leads. Generate 10. Create a table of 10 possible clues the party can find that will lead them to the dungeon. Create a table of 10 possible clues the party can find that will lead them to the dungeon. Nice. Okay, you're not doing a bad job. Let's cut and paste this. Why is it not letting me cut and paste it? Oh, it did. I'll call this clues. Then we want some random encounters on the road between here and Draconia. Create a table of how many? 20? 20 possible encounters the party could run. 20 encounters, things, dangers. Run into on their way to the dungeon. Create a table of 20 possible encounters the party could run into on their way to the dungeon. Not bad. Name and location of name. Malakar. Copy, paste. Obviously, we'll have to fix this up. Not bad. Malakar's dungeon is located deep in the heart of the Blackwood Forest, a dense and dangerous forest that stretches for miles along the border between the two kingdoms. The dungeon itself is hidden beneath the ruins of an ancient fortress, which once belonged to a powerful wizard who is rumored to have possessed great magical powers. Legend has it that Malakar, the wizard who built the fortress, Malakar moved into a fortress that he built? Okay, we might have to mess around with that. Or maybe Malakar traveled into... Ooh, do we have time travel? Malakar traveled to the past, built the fortress for future Malakar to find. Future Malakar finds the fortress, travels back in the past to build it, so in order for future Malakar to find. Future Malakar finds the fortress, travels back in... Yeah, no, it's a time loop. So we'd have to fix with that. Maybe it's just Malakar's a title, okay? And we have to find a magical key. Copy and paste. Hello, vertical view. Hello, Catmaro superhero. All right. The dungeon has a name. I guess we're going to call it Blackwood Keep, Blackwood Dungeon. What is in the first room of the dungeon? The first room of Malakar's dungeons is a large circular chamber that is dimly lit by flickering torches set in the walls. The air is thick with the scent of dust and decay. The floor is covered in a layer of dirt and debris. As the party enters rooms, they can hear the sound of rats scurrying and screeping. In the center of the room is a raised dais on which stands a stone pedestal. On the pedestal, there is an old book that seems to be bound in leather and decorated with strange symbols. The book appears to be locked shut with an ornate clasp, and it radiates a faint magical aura. Upon close inspection, the party can see it's titled The Tome of Malakar and contains ancient knowledge about dark arts of magic. It could be a valuable resource for the party in their quest to defeat the evil sorcerer. However, the party will notice that it's not entirely safe. There's rats, there's possibly traps, there's things in the shadows. And would Malakar really leave this right out in the open in the very first room? Okay. So Malakar's dungeon where it once belonged to a powerful wizard. Legend has it that Malakar, the wizard who built the fortress and dungeon, so Malakar found Malakar built the dungeon, and later on Malakar found the ruins of the dungeon? Question mark. So there we go. We have built the first room of a random dungeon. Thanks to this thing. You want to see me do more? Took us 17 minutes to do that. Now, how long would it take us to do that in real life? Just writing that down and coming up with all these ideas. I have to look at the stuff that some of the other people have made using this to see how, if mine, if it's exactly the same, is it just generated the exact same adventure for everybody? I think Bob World Builder did one using this, but I haven't watched his video yet because I wanted to come into this completely without any knowledge. But I mean, we've got the good frame rate for adventure. Obviously, it needs a little cut and pasting, a little spell checking, a little editing. But I mean, we've got a political intrigue. We've got wizard that kidnaps princess in order to facilitate the continued aggression between the two kingdoms, while he secretly wants to use that aggression to generate enough energy to power his master plan of plunging the entire world into darkness in order to, I don't know, something to do with time travel. Because how did Malakar discover the dungeon that he built? Unless Malakar is Malakar's son, or it's just a title like the Malakar, and he's like the 8th, the Malakar. No, I like either it's his son or time travel. Though time travel gets wibbly wobbly, and no D&D game should ever mess with time travel. So really, it's probably his son, Malakar Jr. Or maybe Malakar is the last name, and the first name is like, Dave Malakar was the first Malakar, and this is his grandson, Stephen Malakar, the third Malakar, and Malakar is the family last name. What do you think? Let me know. Do you guys want to try chatopenai.com? I will post the link down below. So we have Malakar is the family name. Write that down in our notes. Notes. Malakar is the family name. What do we name this stuff? David, Malakar, built the dungeon and vanished inside it. His grandson, the grandson Steve, we'll give him a better name, MALAKAR, is the current resident. So there we go. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. Good start. I mean, this is better than anything I would have come up with 17 minutes. So am I afraid that this will take over my life as a D&D writer, creator, and make adventures better than I could make, considering my adventures suck? I don't know. I know King Waspinator just did a video about this, and I think Dave Worldbuilder did a video about this. So the best thing to do is see what they did and what they accomplished. And if mine, it looks a lot like theirs, then we know that we need to experiment this more. So we'll try this again with a different plot, I suppose. If you appreciate this content, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. If you don't appreciate this content, let me know. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,500 subs by April 1st. And please consider supporting the OGGM. And the best way to supporting the OGGM is to head on over to Big Geek Emporium, link down below, and buy my merch, my 7 amazing, not randomly generated adventure things that I have on Big Geek Emporium, because tax season's coming up, so I need them monies. So please consider supporting the OGGM. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Now get out of my randomly generated dungeon, you damn marks.